Here we have a trigonometric equation. Solve this and we have to find a value for theta. Now whatever you are dealing with, be it trigonometry, be it algebra, the golden rule is cut down the number of variables. Here you have a sine theta and here you have a cos theta. Why don't we make everything in terms of just sine theta? This is the equation that you are dealing with. Now you can solve it by using the linear equations, using algebra, or you can just depend on trigonometry. We will answer the question both the ways. We will start with the linear equations. You see how many sine thetas are here. Instead of sine theta, put an x and find what sort of an equation we end up with. When you cross multiply, how do you get the equation? This is what the equation is, and finally your equation is going to end up like this. Now what are the two numbers we are looking for? We are looking for two numbers which when multiplied will give you 2, which when added should give you a 3. Split the middle term and what sort of an equation do you end up with? You solve it and you see that x has two values. But what was x? X was your sine theta. So your sine theta can take two values. It can be 1 or it can be half. If sine theta is 1, what does that mean? It means theta is equal to 90 degrees. Is that possible? Look at the situation here. Your cos square theta comes in the denominator. But what do you know? You know that cos 90 is 0. You cannot have a fraction with the denominator 0 because it does not exist. It tends to infinity. So theta being 90 is not feasible. Now let us move on to the next value that is given, which is sine theta is half. Then what is the situation? What is the angle whose sine value is half? It is sine 30. So sine theta taking the value 1 is impossible, because if it takes the value 1, then theta will be 90, then this whole term will not exist. Go on to the next term. Then you have what? Sine theta is half, but what is the angle whose sine value is half? It is 30. Sine 30 is half, which means what? Your theta is going to be 30 degrees. Only that option is possible. Now this we have solved using the linear equations, but without going to that, just using trigonometry, let us see how to solve this. So the same question but a different method, so a different ink as well. So let me split the middle term and then you will get 2 sine theta minus sine theta plus 2. Now I am dealing with just the numerator here, okay? So then what? You have a sine theta common, take it out. Then you have a sine theta minus 2 minus 1 by sine theta minus 2, which means the whole thing becomes sine theta minus 2. Take that out, then you have a sine theta minus 1 here. So this is how your numerator looks. Let us substitute it here. Here we have found out that the numerator looks like this. Now what about the denominator? It is of the form a square minus b square, which means a minus b into a plus b. But then do you see the two terms here? Sine theta minus 1, 1 minus sine theta. These two will get cancelled, but you will get a minus 1 here. Take the minus 1 to this side and you will see that sine theta minus 2 becomes 2 minus sine theta. But this whole thing is equal to what? It is equal to 1. So on cross multiplying you will get 2 minus sine theta is equal to 1 plus sine theta. Bring all the sine thetas to one side and you will get what? Sine theta is just 2 sine theta is 1, which means sine theta is just half. But then we know the angle whose sine value is half. What is that? It is sine 30. So your theta is what? It is 30 degrees. So that's all for today. You take care till I meet you again. Assalamu alaikum.